you didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, you know, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation.
That's pre-flop? I think pre. Alright, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
One of the things I teach people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn, there's an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just do that.
Alright, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning end.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Well, no, we cannot win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Where you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol, you know.
Alright, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
$10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool because we have 2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
yo,
All right, we're here.
what's up?
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? PTR, thank you for the sub. What up, DG? Thank you for the follow.
Stinky, Big Town.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. PC.com study session stream. We do this every Saturday, noon Eastern. This time we got special guest, ShipDontDie, online crusher, long-time resident of the Twitch streets. We've been streaming and playing together on the online streets just as long. Yeah, I'm just saying, he's one of the few guys as old and salty and of a reg as me. And there's not much of us around anymore. So, yeah, we do this study session stream. It's with Jonathan Little's PokerCoaching.com website, !PC in my chat, !PC in Six's chat. You can get a link where you can sign up for free. You can get access to these quizzes that you see here. There's 20 of them for free.
Is that better?
Over 1,000 if you sign up for the premium. Homework assignments, big line charts, staking opportunities when live poker isn't so weird. They have a new section where you can submit hands, and the big time pros will look at your hands and give you advice, so you can get real-time hand history review on them. All this available to you. The way this stream's going to work is this is your chance to be a chat pro. We're going to draw someone from my stream. We're going to draw someone from Six's stream. We're going to have you guys compete in taking one of these quizzes against each other. Winner gets $5. We'll see what you guys will do. We'll say what we would do. We'll see what the coach will do. And we all get to learn a little bit and hang out together. Did I miss anything, Sixes? I think I got
Nah,
it.
you did not. You crushed it as usual, my dude. I mean, you nail it every week. But yeah, we got a very special guest this week, man. I'm excited. What's up, Sixes Mafia and Toe Nation? What's up, guys? We got Ship here, man. Cat I've respected for a while. Got a chance to play against. We've made a couple major final tables together. Battled on the streets. I've watched his kid come from the micros, man, for years. I mean, a lot of people don't get to see the journeys. But I've watched this cat go from $1, $3 tournaments to where he's at now. So it's pretty cool to have him here. ShipDontDie, what's up, my dude?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for
Not
having me on the
much.
show. It's awesome to be here, man. Yeah, we've been
Yeah, for
battling
sure.
a long time, me, you, and Toe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on the streaming streets, we've all been streaming for like 3 years. And
Yeah.
we've all come from the smaller stakes as well, which is pretty cool, you know?
One of my favorite Ship memories is it kind of is a two-part little memory here. I started streaming. I was brand new on the streets. Ship shows up in the chat. He's like, oh my God, GodsBigToe. We played together one time at a table online, and someone had shortened my name to God, which is always kind of fucking uncomfortable. And so they said, God, yada, yada, yada. And I said, not God, his son, merely his toe, just being funny. And Ship happened to be at the table and happened to remember that. And then when I started streaming, he's like, oh shit, you're the guy that said yada, 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 yada. Like, you know, I was like, oh my God, that was like 5 years ago or whatever. So we have tons of history. Been playing on the streets for a long time. Ship a long time, Rag. And it's good to see, because I was telling him, you know, before this started, not a lot of us around from those days, right? And you got to have a lot of heart, a lot of grit, a lot of determination, and work really hard to last in this game, you know?
Do you remember what happened after I had that conversation with you?
No, what happened after that?
Before I streamed. You were streaming. I was watching your stream. I asked you if you ever killed a guy. Remember? Like, super random. We were making, like, normal conversation. I was like, have you ever
so-
killed a man?
That's funny.
such a-
Typical Ship fashion.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome, man.
So yeah, that's what's up. Ginger and Mendo, thank you for the subs. 6 months and 34 months for Ginger. Holy shit. So Ginger
That's a long time.
was probably in the stream when I was talking to Ship that day. Jesus. Good morning, PTR. So yeah, you can type poker coaching in my chat. Are you ready for that, Sixers? Did
Oh,
get
you
my
know,
iPod ready ahead of time?
you know I'm not ready for that, Jack. Come on now.
All right,
I was
while
ready for
Sixers
everything
getting his
else.
shit together. Count to
real
about 10, and you can start typing
Yeah,
poker
whatever,
coaching in my chat and Six's chat. We'll draw a person to play these quizzes against each other and compete for $5. So have I
Cool.
ever killed a man? The McCoy Minds wants to know. Damn, I wish I had a clever answer. I probably didn't have a clever answer at the time. either.
I wish I could remember what you said to that. It was so good, though. You just, like, didn't miss a beat.
Oh, really? I was on point right there?
In a moment.
That's funny. That's funny.
You're like maybe on the felt or something like that, or maybe on the virtual felt.
Guys in my chat setting the over under on how many times Sixes says SPR.
You know what I did last week? And I did it 0.
I didn't say anything.
Not
You did,
Zero.
you did it on purpose. And they were freaking out.
Yes.
They were freaking out in my chat.
Yeah, can't trap me. No.
That's funny. All right, let me make sure this is working because it wasn't.
Looks like he's drunk at his friend's wedding reception. One of the Blues Brothers. I love it. The comments coming from chat.
Well, there was a poll and the D-Gens chose business ship today, so that's what they're getting.
Yeah,
People-
I had to run and get my own tie because I couldn't the guest look better than the host here.
Yeah, he just has that shit wrapped around his neck. I love it.
Yeah, we improvise. All right, while we're
cool.
doing that, you want to pick a quiz?
Yeah, let's let Ship pick the first one.
We might be the 3 best looking guys in Twitch poker, to be honest.
I mean,
Not
that
to be
wasn't a
too-
question. We didn't even need a poll.
Obviously, yeah. That's,
Yeah,
we don't have to
pull
put that
that.
poll out for sure.
Do you want me to pick for real? Do I get
Yeah,
to
for
pick?
sure, man. You want to pick one of the newer ones? I think
I'll tell you what I want.
129 to
I'll tell you what I want. Maybe you can help me.
Sure.
Yes.
I want an Assassinato hand,
Oh Jesus.
and I want it to be I want him. I want Assassinato, and I don't want it to be
162
100 bigs. I want it to be like 50 big blinds, 40
Oh,
big blinds, 60 big blinds,
Okay.
I'll
You're starting to
and
play with some
Assassinatos,
fire.
I'll
and a
see.
tournament,
I'll see what
not
I got.
cash. So I don't know the best way to sort.
Sort by Assassinato. All right, while we're doing
well-
that,
1027 automatically
Oh,
checks
damn,
all
we
those
got-
boxes.
we got hype
Is it
chain going on.
1027?
Thank you guys.
Yeah, he has
Thanks for the
6'5"
hype
suited
train,
and a
guys.
630 milli,
It's pretty deep.
230. Oh, you wanted 50. Oh, I
No,
thought you wanted
shorter.
50 plus. Shorter.
Yeah, 200 bigs.
I
If
got
could
it.
sort
I got
by
it. What
Assassinato,
about
right?
54 bigs? 8-6 off.
1003. Yeah, that's the one I want. 8-6 off. And I saw that on your last video. Yeah, I want that 8-6 off. Yeah.
1003.
I'm excited. So I click this right when you guys click it or something here?
Yeah, so once we click play, you can click play so you can hear what the hell they're talking about as well. And then after that, we will throw it out to the audience, see what they would do, wait for the person who wins the chance to compete to answer, and then we'll give our answer, and then we'll see what the hell the coach says.
Beautiful.
Isn't it too? Oh, caveat for Assassinado. If it's a 7-minute video, we're gonna skip it, and we're gonna.
We have to, dude.
We're gonna skip the video, and we're gonna paraphrase.
Well, actually, I don't know. This is Ship's. I mean, it's his first video. We can't tell, but do you want to listen to all of it? Is that what you?
Look, here's the thing. I watched a couple videos last night. Assassinado got me excited. He got me excited. I know he's long-winded, and so am I. But he's looking at it from all angles. You know what I mean? His brain won't stop because he's like, true. Oh, what about this? What about that?
No, it's true, man.
We don't have to listen to a 7-minute thing. We can chop it down.
All right, cool.
You too.
Cool.
I like that other bro too, who you said was nervous at first, but he's not nervous.
Oh yeah, James
Romero. Beast.
I like him too.
Yeah, nice guy. Super nice guy.
All right, we got to pick somebody.
I'm ready to pick. I got some eligible winners in mind. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Mendo Bruce.
Oh, Stinky, let's go.
Right to start off the day.
Stinky.
Good luck.
Let's fucking go, my
All right,
dude.
Bruce. I know you're out there. You ready?
Yes.
All right,
I know Stinky. He's already in there. I see you, my dude. You ready?
Let's go play.
Play.
Hey guys, in this hand, you are in an $88 buy and 16K guaranteed mega stack on America's Card Room. You have 8-6 offsuit. You are in the big blind. Under the gun goes ahead and opens, and cutoff goes ahead and calls. This person is tight aggressive. This person is loose aggressive. Your stack is 16,418. Blinds are 150, 300, ante of 40. Pre-flop, you can... would you like to fold, call, raise to 2,200, or raise to 3,600?
All right, guys. I know it's a little small. We're about 55-ish bigs deep or so. Min raise, call. On ACR, you're in the big blind with 8-6 off. What are we gonna do? Mendo wins every week.
What's up, chat?
No favorites. It's random. He's just lucky that way.
So we got 16K. There's 100K. 100 big blind open under the gun. Button calls, and we're in a big blind with 8-6-0. Anybody getting nasty? What's up?
I got a bunch of calls streaming in my chat. I got a couple of folds. Jellyfish says snap fold.
Change the title. Whoa, what's wrong with the title?
Oh, my title's fucked up.
Oh, shit.
Wasn't
Does say Matt Monday 100. That was my title. Just fucked up. Oopsie. Thank you, Gabi up here. All right, we're good. I see nothing but calls. Easy flats. Call. Always defending. I mean, yeah. Is anybody Ship? You doing anything outside of the box?
I mean, here's the discussion I'm having in my head: is I probably under defend because I'm guaranteeing that the answer's call. It's not going to be raised, so it's going to be fold or call. I probably fold here, and maybe I'm over folding. I don't defend enough, I guess, against two people when I'm in the big blind. Fallon put in chat, call everything. She knows stuff, I think, maybe. What's our range? Are we calling any two cards here? We need to know our defend range, our GTO defend range. And I don't know what it is against two players. I know what it is against one player because I can study materials to tell me that.
Sure.
But against two players, like if this was against one player, I would call. But against two players, now you have more hands that, you know, you're going to hit and lose against. But 8-6 isn't like a king 9 that's going to be beat by, like, dominated by king 10s and king and things like that. It's going to be have its own set of hand cards it can hit, right? Could be live. But I don't know. Are we defending everything? I don't know. But I guess we're calling. I guess the answer's call, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be calling here. I'd be defending here for sure. I don't see too much merit in squeezing or trying to make a big raise size here with 8-6, not blocking in anything. Folding, I mean, it just seems like you're going to want to call hands like this. I'd rather fold like king deuce offsuit, you know, king 3 offsuit, queen, like 2, because those hands just have such like top, always just dominated when you hit your top pair a lot. But this hand, you know, they can just have a lot of high cards in their opening range here, of course, under the gun. Button just calls, you know. I think I would always just call this and then maybe start folding like 9 deuce off, 9-3 off, the offsuit gappers,
9
and
deuce,
calling
8
every
deuce, 8-4.
every single suited hand. I'd probably, I mean,
defend
7
all
deuce and
suited combos,
73.
yes.
You know.
I defend
So I
all
would say
suited
call.
combos. I defend all suited
I actually
combos.
found it really interesting that you generally fold the spot ship, because I know you in general like to play flops.
I
know?
was thinking to myself today, you guys made me think I'm a loose cannon. You're gonna see me say fold 4 times. That could be kind of funny.
I definitely don't think you're spazzy, but so you like to be active. I mean, all three of us like to be active, right?
I'm defending
Aggression.
with any suited combo.
Aggression
I'm
wins.
defending with any suited combo. I have been told be worried in multi-way pops with hands that could be dominated. You're just gonna, if you play King 9 here, they're gonna have King 10, Ace 9 every time.
100% agree that King 9 is probably a worse call than this one. The good thing about this one is, like you said, we're never dominated with 8-6, right? We hit our straights, we hit our 2 pairs.
And it's connected. It's not
Second
8
pair.
deuce.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly. And
right,
second pair, we
right.
get the showdown value, so yeah, definitely call him. All right, let's roll it. Bruce was calling. Your guy calling.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I didn't even see what Stinky. I'm sure Stinky just
You just assumed.
snap call. I just assumed. I didn't even. I didn't think. All of a
I wouldn't
sudden
say any 2 call though, Falcon, because like again, the 9-2, 7-2, that
Well-
trash. Like actually, like I'm probably
We only
still
need,
calling with all
like,
my
what?
aces, but like an ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4, ace 5, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble. And if you are not super comfortable post flop, then maybe folding those might be a little better, smaller stakes, because you're getting
Dude,
something to
I
trouble.
mean, we need 13% equity. I mean, in real life,
8-6, like I was saying,
all
flop
of
2
our hands
straights.
hit that, right?
Flop 2 pairs, easy game.
If we put every single hand into Equilapse, I think everything meets 13% damn near, but obviously realization. But let's go. Let's move on.
Cool, Colin, let's roll it.
Call.
All right, so pre-flop, because this person's a little bit more tight aggressive, we probably shouldn't put the suicide squeeze on with the 8-6 offsuit. We're going to go ahead and call here. On this flop, would you like to check, bet 850, bet 1150, or bet 1450?
All right, we hit second pair. Queen 6-2, pretty dry ass board rainbow. Anybody just dunking out for any of these sizes? I've definitely seen it in game. People do this kind of shit.
It definitely
I
happens.
mean, it happens. It happens.
Those
kind
on
of a lot.
stakes, right? Like you see it a lot.
Yeah,
more.
in the small stakes, mid stakes, some shit I see somebody just fire.
Fucking folding things like 7-2, but also folding things like King 2. Just like Ship was saying, when you have King 2 and you hit a King on a flop,
Stinky just
you get yourself
fired
in
out
trouble.
850.
Ooh, there you go. He's getting sticky. Nothing but checks in my chat.
That 852.
Gill checking, Ginger checking. I don't see Bruce yet. Bruce.
Stinky is leading.
Bruce
Let's
planning.
fucking
Bruce
go.
already planning ahead and saying check to check raise. All checks
Check
streaming through the chat. I
one
mean, I don't think there's much to talk about, right? We have second pair. We're out of position.
Well,
Shit.
there is a little bit to talk about because I see a handful of the 850 Nation out there.
I got straight
Yeah,
checks.
dude. Yeah. Ship, you ever have a leading range in a spot like this? Or you just snap checking and then
Probably a player who could use more of a leading range. I am definitely looking to check here. We're either way ahead or we're way behind. We're checking to the razor. There's 2 people, so if we check and then he bets and the other guy raises, we can fold and save ourselves money. There's lots of reasons I think to check.
Yep. I mean, same. Everything you just said, I agree. Like
100%.
that's 100%. Like leading here, and we get called. We're just shutting down 100% of the time, unimproved. It's going to be just awkward. The player hand out of position. He still has all the strongest hands in his range. It's just never fun.
There's a couple of people in my chat talking about check raises. Bruce is planning on check raising. Wiz is planning on check raising. I find that interesting.
Me too.
I don't want to spoil it too, so when we get to the turn, I'll kind of talk about what I think about that a little bit too.
All right, cool. We are checking, and oh no, we're going 850 because that's what Stinky's doing.
All right, Bruce is checking. Let's find out what happens.
Typically, the hands you want to donk lead with are hands that don't work as anything else, like a check call, a check fold, a check raise, right? So those tend to be like small draws, weak enough pairs that you think they should be converted into a bluff, things of that nature. With second pair here, I'm not sure it falls into any of those ranges, so we should just go ahead and check. So we check, and this gentleman goes ahead and bets 900. Now here, would you like to fold, call, raise to 2200, or raise to 3800?
All right, guys. Pot is kind of hard to see. 22-30. He raised
No,
it.
the pot is 31-30.
31.
Total pot when he puts in the 900.
Oh, I see it in the middle there.
Yeah,
31-30.
yeah.
Got it.
So there's 3.1K out there, and he makes it about third pot in the back seat. What are we doing with second pair here? See, I see call it. I see call. I see call. I see call. Call. Okay. Let's see. Stinky snap call at this time.
Right on.
We got a 5 for
Will's sticking
850, by the way.
Sticking to his gun. Says 2200. He's check raising.
Matt's going 22. Okay. 3,600 from the cheese man.
We got a couple people going 22 here.
I like this. Let's
The
see.
wall folding.
Roll to any for Ship. You just call in here. What do you like here,
Wait,
buddy?
I don't have an answer from Bruce yet.
Oh shit! No, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Tina raising, meatball calling.
give him
It's a pretty good mix between call and raise in my chat. Interesting. Call, but not feeling good about this hand. These are spots I try to avoid by playing it, not playing 8-6. You gotta get comfortable post flop.
Come on, man.
That's where all the money is, buddy. Marlon just calling. Bruce, what are you doing? You said check ratings, but I don't know if you're sticking to it and what size. Radhead says fold. It's going to be hard to realize the equity player behind continues. How many blinds do we have? We started with
WBC.
55. Bruce is
about
going
55.
2,200.
All right, he's going 2,200. Cool.
All right, Ship, what are you doing here?
I am no doubt calling here, and I don't think this should be any spot that anybody's uncomfortable with at all. This is a spot that's sexy for us. And this is, I think, the reason why is because fish in the river. Oh, unless I'm misreading the hand, and I could be doing that. No, we're in the big blind. Fish in the river open pre, right?
Yep.
So when fish in the river checks the flop, the things I'm thinking about is that he didn't c-bet, and he's in a three-way pot, and there's probably a lot of hands he should be c-betting here, and he didn't, and to me, he looks weak to me. And if the button is a thinking player, which I don't want to assume somebody's thinking, or a normal player, he's maybe thinking, I'm in position on two players. It just checked around to me. That guy was supposed to c-bet. He didn't c-bet. As long as Assassinato doesn't have anything in the big blind, I'm going to scoop this a large percentage of the time when I bet. And this guy on the button has a wide flatting range, so he can have anything. He can have 8-9 of clubs. He could have ace-3 of anything. He can have anything here, almost. Jack-9 of clubs. And he's just betting to bet. So, we have to call here. We have the best hand, I think. We are sandwiched, which sucks. But I think
I 100% agree. It's hard to make a pair and hold them. We got second pair. Don't want to raise it. The funny thing is, I would probably have gone the check raise route with a deuce. Generally, check raising.
These check raisers might be
into a bluff, but the
these check raisers might be correct, but I don't know what to check raise here.
We're check raising. I'm check raising here.
You're check raising. This
Are you?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm always flatting.
Our 6 probably needs the most protection, and I think it's just
That's fair.
We have to
when
balance.
we call here. I think our hand just needs protection. He has a lot of hands to just stab in the back seat. We put a lot of pressure on that he may have just set mine with 7s and 4s and 3s and hands like that. He still has some ace highs he stabs with. So there's a lot of hands we can just put a lot of pressure on by check raising. He doesn't have pocket 6s, so we block middle set. We put a lot of pressure if he ever has pocket 10s as well. So I would like to just check raise and protect this 6, which could be the best hand now, because when we just call here, we're gonna have to hope it goes check turn and check river.
That's true. Our hand
and our hand is just dead. On so many runouts where our range could be still pretty strong here. We could have sets of 6s. We can have queen 6 suited.
Well, your bet is more of a protection bet, basically, right?
But
you have the best hand here a
it's just a
lot.
bluff.
It's everything. I agree with
That's
everything.
my opinion.
Everything Ship said is what I think about this hand when they check, and this guy bets in the back seat as well. And so along that thinking, your hand is probably as good as it's going to get now. It needs protection. I can
He's looking in the
argument.
future, what
Ship
happens
said-
when we call, and then the turn is an ace, and then he barrels again. Then what the heck are we?
Dead.
Yeah,
Dead.
you're in
You
trouble.
just hand just snap.
So do we check
It's a
raise?
king. It's a 10. It's a jack. It's a 9.
I don't know. I don't check raise enough. I don't think, guys. I need to.
I don't know.
The right way. So we would check raise sets here too to also.
I would. I think check raising sets depends. I would probably flat sets 50-ish. It gets close there. I start check raising those when I want to build a pot.
I'm
we were
curious,
saying
yeah.
deep stacked, because now I'm trying to stack a motherfucker with ace queen, king queen, something like that.
Stack size matters some too, right?
I think
Stack
that's a
size
big
matters.
part of it for the check raise with sets.
Yeah.
Whereas if we're
Maybe
20 bigs
queens.
deep and we can
Raise
get in by the
26.
river, we don't necessarily need to check raise. Just calling allows under the gun to be priced in easier and have a chance of catching his ace. I think if we call here random ace X, ace 7 just probably folds, right? Because why would they call with a bet and a call out there? They have no hand, no draw.
I mean, we can just hope it goes check on turn, and it gives us some, block bets or just being good enough of the time going to the river.
I mean,
I
just
always
and
flat
then-
here, but I kind of hear your argument for check raise, so I actually don't know.
I don't know.
We're about to find out.
It's just different. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but I think Stinky, damn, we got to go way back.
Stinky
Chad
snap
is
call, I
popping.
think.
He's calling.
And
Yep.
Bruce actually is raising, so we're gonna find out.
Which size is Bruce going?
He went 2200, which
2.5x.
it's close.
Yeah, 2.5.
I might go 38 if I was gonna check raise just because I like to
me
put the
too.
hurt hammer on. But let's find out. 2200.
All right, we're calling. Let's do it.
If you
Likes the
wanted
bluff.
to turn your hand
this
into a
is,
bluff
close.
here versus
It's only a minute.
a loose, aggressive player, and then just if he calls you, just go, okay, the hand's over unless the turn's a 6 or an 8. I actually don't mind that. I don't do that play that often, but a lot of times loose, aggressive players will just take a shot at any board like this, right? Mm-hmm. So it does have merit. I wouldn't recommend it, though, because in this day and age, a lot of those guys will go, does he have a set? So unless you have a really tight image, he's going to go, what is he exactly repping? Or is he trying to just go out at me?
There's no draws.
Right? And there is a statistic you can look at, which is bet versus miss c-bet, which is an excellent one, but we did not have enough data for that here. So what we probably should do is just call. So we call, and the turn is the 3 of clubs. Here, would you like to check? Bet 1,000, bet 2,000, or bet 3,000?
This was a close one, guys. 2200 was 7 points.
Oh, okay, it wasn't that bad.
No, not bad at all. I wondered what the 3K was.
The check raise was 7 points. You're saying, cool.
Yeah, for 22 to 20.
So they'll rate it worse if they think it's a really bad play.
Yeah,
they wouldn't give
they'll
it a
goose
7.
egg you, or give you a 1. Yeah.
God, dude, Assassinato cracks me up. I can feel that he's like tortured his brain with his poker, like me, like the way he's like trying. He's like,
It's funny. Sometimes you hear him just go off about like the guy was wearing this type of T-shirt and it was he was
like the
drank his
moment,
Red
like-
Bull and was glaring at the dealer and turned his hat
Like,
around.
look, guys, he's driven here 2 hours.
He's
like, we didn't have to
half a
miss-
tank of gas,
Yeah.
with all the money for his buy-ins.
I'll go off.
oh yeah, it's the next street now. I didn't even
Chris says,
look.
what's the pot? Pot is now 4,030.
3.
4K.
This is great.
4K is out there.
I got a bunch of people. We called in game, right? So in this scenario, they're leading out. Wizabow's going 3K.
You see, checked.
PTR going 3K. Marlon going 3K. And then a couple of checks in there. There's a lot of 3Ks in my chat. Smurf.
Holy shit.
Bruce is going 3K. Remember, guys, this didn't check raise. We're not going with, this isn't check raise continue. This is you called, and now you're leading on the turn.
Dude.
Just to make sure you're clear.
Oh, let's see this.
So that's interesting because, like, all my chat is just checking.
I think they might be.
And a
Yeah,
few
some of them check your
people
answer.
are like-
We didn't actually 3-bet, right? In game,
No.
we called, and now we're on the
We just
turn.
called.
So if you're betting
This is
3K,
check or 3 lead
you're
sizings,
leading into
right?
them.
3 lead sizings, yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're just-
Bruce, does that change your answer? Just to make sure, I want to make sure I got it right.
Yeah,
before we
Stinky
continue.
called. Stinky checked, excuse me. We're
A
like,
few more
yeah,
checks streaming in there. I
it's
see
safe lead out, but maybe
Doorknob
that's
out
what
there
they're
and Ginger.
saying. Checking all day, baby.
I don't know what it is, but every time I say Doorknob's screen name, it just makes me chuckle inside just to say Doorknob. I don't know. Bruce, you still leading, even though you only called in game? What you doing, homie?
Endo, you got to be quick with it.
Yeah, he's checking.
All right, cool. We're checking here as well. That's what Stinky's doing. Any of you guys leading here? Anybody like?
I have
just
thought
leading
about
out?
it, but again, we're big blind defend, right? So I guess we do have like 4 or 5 suited. I probably don't do it enough, but I don't hate it. I'm probably just checking again. I mean, the 3 also isn't necessarily a good barrel card for the guy in position, right? Like, doesn't really change the board too much for him.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm kind of conflicted. I'd probably check call this a lot in game, but the lead doesn't sound horrific to me.
yeah, I just don't think it changes range advantages all that much. And maybe if the 2 or 6 paired on a turn, then we start maybe having some leads on a rainbow board like this. But I don't know. I mean, our gut shots might have got there, our 6 3s, 2 3s, but yeah, we don't need to lead here. I think I'm just checking.
Ship, you checking too? I assume so, right?
It's
Just trying to get the showdown at this point.
standard Asher.
Yeah, and I think what we do and what if they bet the turn, I think it'd be very player dependent as to what we did next. But yeah, I definitely just would check and get to showdown here. Yeah.
I can tell you right now, if they
Your 6 is
oh, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to wait and see what happens. I'm not going to give any spoilers. If we just check call, then one on the river, we'll definitely get to that point, Smurf, too, because I got some thoughts on that, too.
Yep. All right, so we're checking here.
All right. Yeah, Mendo's checking, too.
If you're trying to turn your hand into a bluff, you could lead out here and just act like, okay, I have a set of 2s. I wanted to see a good turn card. Now I'm trying to get a little bit of value out of you. But honestly, before you do any bet, you should always ask yourself, is it a bluff or is it a value bet? Figure out which one it would be if you wanted to lead here. And then, okay, so if it's a value bet, you got to say, like, what am I getting value from? That's worse. You do have a few hands here, but not a ton. And if you're saying, I'm trying to bet big here to fold out stronger hands, what hands are those? 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. Do you think he's folding? I don't know. That bet doesn't really hold water. Either betting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 doesn't really hold water as far as a bluff bet or a value bet. So this does need to become a check. So we check, and he checks behind. Now the river is the 3 of hearts. The river is the lightning round. Here, would you like to check, bet 1,000, bet 2,000, or bet 3,000?
Here we go. We got a little more information, right? He bet flop, checks the dry turn card.
The pot side is still 4K.
Yep, nothing changed. Check back.
Yeah, nothing changed. Yep. So anybody leading here? 4K, right? Yep. 1K, Silo Asylum says. Albatross.
Betting for value. 3K.
We have all pot. The 2s. 6s.
3K for Dennis.
Value.
Check call as played for Wiz.
Only hands we can get value from are worse pairs like 5
checks. If you bet 3Ks, it's kind of split.
Says. Buckeyes is going 13.45. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show the sizes here. Yep, there we go.
Check for Lucifer with the call.
Hey, hi. What's up, Frosty? Check. Bluff catch. Is this player
firing huge? Bruce is checking.
Bruce is checking.
With the intention to check.
Think he is going 3K. Blasting that shit. Kind of an interesting spot. I'm torn. What do you like here?
Ace 10 student says, unless the dude is a calling station, leading doesn't get called by anything worse. Betting can only be used for blocking at this point and not value.
Small. Maybe get a high to call. Seems thin. Guess bluff catch.
Did you ask me what I was doing?
Yeah, I'm just reading out chat. Yeah, what are you thinking here?
I mean, when I get to spots like this, my first thing is, and I don't know if this falls into that category, but in general, one of the weaknesses of my game is that I tend to miss some thin value spots on the river. So betting here, I don't know. I tend to check call here myself, but at betting here, I'm kind of questioning because my first thing I know is that I miss thin river spots. I don't know if I would go 3K though, because when he bets the flop and then checks the turn, like he caps his range. Just similar to what Ship was saying earlier, like my first thought is now he doesn't have a queen, right? So, but he still has 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks. That's always gonna probably can check and then call a bet if we bet. So, and I think like when we bet 3K, what's worse that's calling? Pocket 5s?
It's tough to think about too many worse hands because you would think the larger we go, the more we condense the range of hands, our calling range. So it's second pairs that becomes kind of problematic because we're almost polarizing, to a range, and we're doing that with second pairs.
Yeah, if you bet 1K or 2K, you're more likely to get called by something light. When you bet 3K, you block, you push out anything that's light. No ace highs are calling, and you beat pocket 5s. right? Or
Yeah.
you beat a deuce. What do you think, Chip?
Yeah, my mind was going haywire when I saw this river card and saw the options because I'm thinking about when we bet, just like you're saying, what does he call us with what worse does he call us with the pass? What are we getting value from? And then if we check, he's never going to bluff. This is the thing. I think he's bluffing, and he's never going to bluff when we check because the board is so freaking dry. We're obviously going to check call him. Like, we're not check folding to him, and we check called him on the flop. So it's a deuce 6 queen flop. There's no draw. Like, we obviously have a pair, and he knows it and we know it. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking bet 2,000 is definitely the wrong answer. I think bet 3,000 is definitely the wrong answer. And I think we're either check calling this guy and hoping that this guy somehow finds a bluff, even when he's not supposed to. But if we check and he bets pot, I'm going to puke everywhere. And maybe we should just bet 1,000 and maybe he'll call us with a deuce. But like, what worse? I don't know. Is he going to look us up with ace high or deuce? I don't think he really should. So it's tough. I think maybe the answer is check, and we just need to evaluate what happens next.
Yeah, I actually think it's a really interesting argument because I agree 2,000, 3,000 seem trash, but the 1,000 little smack 'em, don't bet pot on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know about the blocker bet.
What does
thing.
Alex read on this player? What is like Alex's read?
I don't think
Is
he,
this-
he's been pretty
like
good and
he's
concise in his
straightforward?
videos. I don't think he said.
on this player. Because if it's a stationy type player, I mean, I'm just always gonna bet something. If I don't think they're like aggressive, because I mean, this guy's just gonna check back a lot of ace highs. He might just find a hero with like ace jack or something. But I think you guys made great points about just checking. It's the safest. He may give us a great price to call. He may bluff an incorrect size, and it's just the easiest. Whereas if we raise and he re-raises, which he should never do, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and like Chip was saying, this is where it just sucks to
We
play
don't get called
poker
enough.
out of position, right? Like,
Yeah,
he knows we have a pair.
Out of
We know
position.
he knows we have a
Yeah.
pair. How do we get value? We just kind of fucking don't, right? Like, it's kind of tough.
And I think and if somebody knows what your lead of 1,000 means, then they might just raise you or something.
Yeah,
but
put you in an
obviously we're
awkward
getting all in our heads now. But I think definitely check or bet 1,000 has got to be way better than
Good
that.
job.
Christopher says, I'm
Yeah.
confused. I thought this was an Assassinato quiz, and I'm not more confused, which I think is fucking hysterical.
If he re-raises, it's easy fold. Honestly, I mean, so we study a lot together.
What is
You
he?
see me bet in these spots
What is he?
a lot
Yeah,
more.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know I missed the value here, so that was my first thought.
I bet I would find myself in game betting like 60.
And it's
Here's
also
a weird
the other
thing,
problem
too.
too is we have an 8 kicker. If I had ace 6,
No, yeah.
right? Is that where you're going?
Yeah, that's where I was going. Well, here's the thing. If you bet 4K, if you lead 3K, maybe you push him off a 6, and now you get to not chop with him. But this is silly talk. Like, why don't we just bet
Here's
and like let this guy's going to check probably a high percentage, and we're going to scoop. It's going to go check, right?
Yeah.
But if you
But
have
he could have
something
a
like
queen.
ace 6, then
could have a
you can
queen.
get called by worse 6.
Yeah, he could just protect his check back range on a turn and just have a queen.
You could have shit.
You could
queen.
check and then bet 3K on the river, and we
Yes.
hero
He
call it.
gets
But
2
you know what?
streets.
That's probably okay because he's got all this wide range, and that involves a lot more than just Queen X.
Sure.
So we'd probably be winners by check calling him, right?
It
the
gets
long run.
It's gonna be awkward. All right, let's check it. Let's find out.
Oh, shit.
Bruce, wait, does Bruce say he's checking?
We were going 3K. Yeah,
Yeah, shit, I
that's
gotta
right.
scroll
Stinky
up.
was going 3.
We went deep. Hang on. Bet 3K,
Yeah.
bet 3K. Where's Bruce?
I forgot Stinky
Bruce says,
fucking
check your
blasted
bluff.
this shit
Got
in
it.
there. I see you, Stinky.
We're checking.
Let's go. All right, 3K.
All right, so we go ahead and check here, and we'll
got a
discuss why
pocket.
that is in just a second. And he goes ahead and bets 2.3K. Here, would you like to fold,
This is what we thought was going to
Call?
happen.
raise to 7,700, or raise to 8,999?
You know what's funny is, it's just a testament to how long the three of us have been playing. Like, we knew this shit was gonna happen. Like we've just been here so many times.
Like, oh
And
god.
like, damn, this is where we say, fuck, why didn't I bet 1K? like, yeah, funny.
I think we just call. We say that he's got a wide flatting range on his button, but it's hard for him to have a. That's the thing. How
Wait.
can he bluff us?
Yeah, it's tough. He's gonna have pocket 8s and things here a lot.
He's bluffing us off our deuce that he needs us to fold.
You know what's I always think in this spot, like, wow, it's such an interesting size for him to choose as a bluff because it looks like value, but at the same time, like, is he smart enough to know to make his bluff look like a value size?
Everything's
or-
player dependent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so player. Like, some guys will just go really big when they really want to fold, and polarize. But yeah,
19 Lamont, thank you for the follow, and Gunner, thank you for the 5 months, buddy.
and he could value lead sevens and throw a
I just click call here because if I don't, I can't sleep at night. That's how I.
I do too, but another thing I know that my hero
know.
call and river number is horrible. So, but I do call this a hell of a lot, man.
I
And
gotta
just
see what
say,
he's got.
Fuck, he's got pocket eights.
Yeah, everybody's calling. Ooh, Big Town Brown's folding. Anybody else? Anybody?
What are you guys doing in the chat?
Raise the
Ginger's
board.
calling.
Anybody raising?
Storm
I've seen
Norman's
zero.
calling. Ultimate's folding.
Damn, boy, we have a pair.
As played, he has a boat or air. I don't know if he's got a boat. He's still got some. Like I said, pocket eights is a good value bet here.
I'll lose station next guy.
Call for Falcon. Call for Gil. Crying call for Bruce. So that's what we're going with. Bruce is killing this quiz, by the way.
Call and lose to Queen 8.
You shouldn't have
All right.
it off.
Fold for the wall. Fold. I actually do think fold has some merit. Like I said, we're gonna lose to pocket eights a lot here. But like Ship, I can't look myself in the mirror.
Oh, just take my 2.3K right
Ship
now.
and I are
Move on.
both apparently too rich to care. We just
It looks like we're gonna check call, is why it makes me not want to check call.
Right.
It's because it looks like we're gonna check call. So
we're
how
just
can we
screen
bluff?
6 at this point. Everyone
What
knows
is he
we have a
not
6,
paying
right?
attention? Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll call him. Call him.
All right, let's do it.
Right.
Yep.
Are you calling here in game?
Yeah, of course. Whoa!
All right, let's break this whole hand down. The
full.
final two
Big
streets.
Town
Now,
Brown.
Just the
Here,
fold, pocket
we
eights.
check and we check back. Now, a lot of people will just go,
Seems
okay,
the
great,
value
you checked the
size
turn. I'm
thing.
going to go ahead and lead here. Well, if you're leading here, is this for value or is it a bluff? Presumably it's for value. You believe you have his range
This is the
beat.
5-minute one.
So what is calling you? If he had ace 3, he just rivered versus your hand. 4s, 5s, 6. I don't know if you're getting called by 4s or 5s. You're going to get called by maybe 6-5 suited, 6-7 suited. If he does cold call that hand versus a tight aggressive player open from early position, and he's mid position. But it seems like a bit of a sell. And remember, every 6-5 you can think of, 6-7 you can think of. There's only 4 combos of suited connectors, right? So to begin the hand, and you have a 6 in your hand, and 5s
5
and
minutes.
4s, your hand looks exactly like a queen, right? That is what your hand looks like. So it's going to be a little difficult to get value. It's possible he probably will call you with those hands. But I think a lot of times what's going to happen is you're just going to value own yourself and lead out, and he's going to do the long side, then he's going to call you with 8s because I'm not really sure why, but they do. And you're not really getting value from much, right? It's pretty much 4s or 5s, which seems like, 6, 7, 6, very few combinations. It seems like a bit of a, it seems very unlikely, right? And then it becomes like, does he call you with high cards? Well, for him to call you with high cards, he needs to put you on a draw that you missed. There's not many draws for you to have here. Like, you could have 7, 8 of spades, I guess. But if you called with 5-4 on the flop, you hit on the turn. If you somehow have 3-4 suited here, you hit. It's really difficult for him to put you on that, right? So if you find yourself like trying to convince yourself a move is good, that tends to be a good indication it's not. So we can't really bet here for value. Betting as a bluff doesn't seem like a great idea. I highly doubt he's going to fold 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, jacks, right? You might have a shot of folding out like 4s or 5s, but I don't know if any second pair is going to fold. So you do have to check. Now here comes a very interesting spot. So first of all, I want you to imagine he has ace-jack and he's decided you have... What does your hand look like after you've checked all 3 streets? Check called the flop, check turn, check river. What does your hand look like? The guy, okay, let's look at his screen name.
Here we go.
GTO show. Okay, so
There
a
it
reference
is.
to GTO. He presumably can think this far, right? Your hand looks exactly like 4s, 5s, or 6. 7s, 8s. You probably would have 3-bet pre-flop with jacks. Maybe 10s, right? The fact he didn't lead pretty much lets him know he has you don't have a queen, right? Now I want you to imagine he just took a shot on the flop with ace-jack, or he took a shot on the flop with 10-9 just to see what happens.
Just gives up.
He checks on the turn and gives up, and on the river you check again. Do you think he thinks betting a little bit more than half pot is going to fold out a 6?
Maybe.
He's going to fold out
Well, it
7s.
Never.
It did. He folded.
People don't
But
use
that's
the
why
bet
he's
check,
saying
bet
he
line,
don't
bet
think
flop,
he did
check
it.
turn, bet river line as a bluff that often, for a real obvious reason, it tends to not work. People like to look people up when that happens. So most people, they'll try that bluff a few times when they're starting to play poker and they never try it again. Most likely, this is... My guess would be ace 6 suited, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, if he's the type that doesn't want to get into a re-raise battle pre-flop, jacks. It could be some pretty weak queens. It's hard to believe he would cold call with queen 9 suited, but queen 10 suited makes a ton of sense. Queen jack makes a ton of sense. I'm of the opinion he probably should bet those hands on the turn because I think he's getting 3 streets more than he realizes from most players. But if he just believes, let's say personally, he thinks I'm just going to fold too much. Maybe he thinks he can actually get that street of value on the river. That can make more sense. I just do not believe you are catching a bluff here that often. So it's a bluff catcher, and something you can say. One of the greatest poker players I've ever heard has said, one of the greatest poker players I've ever seen in my life used to say, on the river, do you have a bluff catcher? Yeah, then fold it, because they just never bluff enough. And I'm of that opinion too, just having watched as much tournament poker as I have. So I do believe this is a fold.
That cut me deep.
So, you know what's interesting is, do they call the half pot bet, the 2/3 pot bet here? You know, like fucking always. But one thought, and I didn't see an option for this, is if we overbet this river with a hand like ace jack, because we know he's got a 6, can you call like 5,200?
I don't know if we ever used. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we ever used that combo because it just has enough showdown. But
Ace jack?
Yeah. I mean, it just shows down sometimes, but I don't know if we use an overbet in that spot. It would have to be ran.
Oh, I actually kind of love it because I think that's how we get a 6 to fold, and
True.
we know that Assassino doesn't have a queen because he would have bet the river for value, right? So
Right.
he's always got a 6 or a hand like 7s, 8s, 9s, something like that.
Agree. Right. Yeah, it puts just max pressure.
Max pressure. Interesting spot. Bruce kind of crushed it, man. You got 53.
Oh yeah, we got a 46. I think.
Bruce.
Good job, Bruce, my dude.
Bruce, let me know how you want your $5. You can get it off of Team Toe. You can get it PayPal, ACR. You know how to reach me, buddy. Let me know.
I'm a big Mendo Bruce fan.
I'm a big Mendo Bruce fan too.
All right, cool.
We almost folded it. We almost did it.
we almost did it.
Here's what I want to say. I still want to talk about this hand because this is insane. Like, this is the thing I think about. If we're on, this was an ACR tournament, he said.
Yep.
If we're playing against ninjas in some ACR tourney or ninjas and some high stakes something where there's ninjas and we know they're ninjas around, this is the GTO. The thing that gave it away was that how can he bluff when it's obvious we hit and we have this big range in the big blind? We got 3-6. We've got all this stuff. So like he can't bluff, and he did. So like we were almost smart enough. Since we're smart enough, we have to assume our opponent's smart enough because they're smart.
Especially
they're not going to do it.
Buy-in on ACR, right?
But if it's Bovada, like I don't think I can click fold there, man. Like
or like
people just
global or
spazzing that shit.
just spazzing, and I have a good hand. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it might depend.
That's a
like
decent
that.
point. That's a decent point. $88 on ACR, definitely a tougher field.
That was great, man. I love that Assassinato.
That was a
you
good
guys hung with his 5-minute spiel because he gave us a couple 1-minuters. So you're
It only took us an hour to get through the first quiz, you know. So I mean, to get one done, but it's all good. We started
probably because I'm talking too much. That's probably what it is.
Oh,
no, it's good. No. And like I said, this is the place where all three of us stream, right? And we all talk about the game as we play it. And when we're streaming and playing a bunch of tables, we talk about it a little bit. We can't go super deep. And when we do this, we can actually go deep. And a lot of this is stuff that we do instinctually that some of the guys coming up in the game in the lower stakes don't have that type of thought process immediately. And so it's good for them to hear how we go deep and what we do. You know, it might necessarily be second nature, but we don't get to talk about that when we're playing and streaming and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm enjoying talking about it too. I felt like I just learned so much just from like going through that hand with you guys. That was awesome.
Awesome. All right, let's do another giveaway. Let's change the word though. I mean, we have ShipDontDie. How is the password not going to be Miley?
I was thinking, yeah, oh, that's so
How do we not
funny.
do that, right? Miley?
Miley, yeah, that's her name.
All right.
For the run good.
Type Miley in the chat.
Miley's.
Are you ready,
Yeah.
Six?
Yes, I am. Miley in the chat.
Make sure it's working.
Get in there. The GOAT.
While we're doing that, Sixes, you want to pick the quiz?
Oh, yeah, I'll pick one for sure.
You going
already
1031?
know. Yeah, why not?
Straight to Jaka.
Let's do it right away. King 9 suited in the hijack.
All right, guys. For you guys in the chat too, I don't know Faraz, but I know someone who knows Faraz, and I was kind of nudging him just a little bit to try and get Faraz on the study stream. So we're gonna try and get a grassroots project going out there. If you guys are out there and want to message Faraz about coming on the poker coaching stream and taking some quizzes with us, send him a little message. We're going on the
Yeah, we
grassroots
love
tour.
yeah, he's one of our favorites to go through.
Miley's
this
going in the chat. Ship emotes going in the chat. We got them both streaming through the chat.
Oh, we got to throw some ship emotes out there for sure.
Schmotes.
Robert Poker, thank you for the follow. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is the PokerCoach.com study session stream. Exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in Six's chat, where you can get a link to sign up for free. You get 20 free quizzes. You get big blind charts for 100 blinds or more. You get homework assignments. There's webinars if you sign up for the premium, over 1,000 quizzes and homeworks. More content than you can possibly consume. The webinars are awesome. You get to sit with coaches like Faraz, coaches like Matt Affleck, Evan Jarvis, Lexi Gavin, Jonathan
Tristan has some
Jaffe,
stuff coming
Tristan
out.
Wade. Tristan Wade coming on the stream. We haven't had a date yet, but he's coming eventually. I was
That's
talking
cool.
to him the other day. You get to talk to those guys one-on-one and get better. It's an amazing situation. If you're enjoying this stream and you want to see some of the guests we've had in the past, or any of the streams, you want to see the beginning of this stream, they're on the YouTube channel. The link's already in the chat right there. You can see it. Click that. Check it out. All available to you. And that's the deal. Ready to draw a winner?
I am. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We know how this is gonna go. We got the machine gun, man.
The machine gun's
got the
back
machine gun.
again. We got Frosty in this bitch. Frosty the Truth, one of my mods, good friends. He's in the house.
We'll see how angry machine gun is from last week.
Dude, that was funny as
He
hell.
checked once and then he said, "Never checking in my life again." We had Jay Smith on the stream a few streams ago, and he quoted you. It was one of the funniest quotes I thought I heard in a while. He said, "We're just gonna always, spaz out here because one of three things can happen: we bet and they fold and we win the pot. We bet and they call and we win the pot, or we bet and they call and we lose the pot. So 2 out of 3 times, good things are gonna happen."
Yeah.
Machine
and
gun
when
definitely
you bet
in
and
that.
they call and you win a lot of chips.
That's great.
You win heaps when that happens.
It's hard to argue. The math works. It's hard to argue.
It's the law of
It ain't
averages.
bad.
you know?
Meatloaf said that, I think. Meatloaf, before I quoted him.
All right, ready to play the quiz?
That's totally true.
Yeah, we are.
Machine gun says, "Fire, fire, fire." Let's do it.
Good luck, machine gun.
Yeah, this guy likes to bet, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
We don't call it machine gun for nothing.
Man.
All right, let's play it.
Here we are in a $50 online tournament. We opened it up with King 9 suited in middle position off 30 big blind stack. Small blind calls who we have labeled as a loose, weak player. Flop comes Queen 6-7. Checks to us. Our options are to bet 180, bet 360, or to check it back.
Bruce brings up a good point. Marlon is always firing unless he falls asleep while playing because he's got that bad problem too.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Shit's
Marlon
funny.
loses more money by being in first place, falling asleep, and waking up in 12th place with 12 people left than anyone I know. 180 for Jelly coming out. No C-bet for Ultimate. Now you set it going 180.
180, 180, Cheeseman, Stinky, Solo, Big Town Brown is shoving somehow. Okay.
Meatball.
180 for Frosty out there as well. Frosty, I like it.
A few 360s coming in here, a little bit bigger of a C-bet. How deep are we? 30.
That Keyats, meow. With the check.
PTR, doorknob 180. 360 for protection, and it's not too big to fold after seeing Buddy's move. Check versus strong players, says Newsifer. 180 versus weak players. Okay. Check to what the check raise that we have a hard time Continuing.
Like
180. What are you doing, Marlon? I don't see you out there yet. We got more 180s than 360s.
D
And a couple of
Morgan,
checks.
180. Okay.
Cherishable going 180. Marlon says going 180 here in position. No need to bet. big.
Albatross, 180. Backdoor straight draw, 1 over. Spokel. Mike Cash is going 2 point. What? Oh, okay. I see. 240. 180 to ready to punt for 3 streets, DB says.
Right.
Looking for the 1, 2, 3 kid. All right, cool. What did Machine Gun do here? I'm sure
He
he's
went
betting.
180.
Okay.
Bet small.
Everybody's going 180.
I'm going 182. Standard C bet. I'm not too concerned about this board being really coordinated. It's not that coordinated. We block a lot of the issues, right? Straight draws and things. I think we just bet and take it down a lot. 180 seems good.
Yeah.
I get to bet on the turn when 8, a spade, a king, an ace. That's a lot of cards. Let's go.
Just wondering if there's any merit to going big or Delacy betting or anything like that.
I agree that the board's dry and doesn't seem like we need to bet that much, but I'm on team bet 360 and I got
Me
2
too,
reasons.
kinda.
One reason is if this guy, he's loose weak. So if we bet 360, this guy might actually fold a 6. Hell, he might even fold a 7 if he's loose. If he's, I don't know, he shouldn't, but like if he's weak and he's going to fold to that. So you're not going to get any hands like that to fold or a 4 or 5 to fold or a ace high to 180. But if you bet 360, he might fold some of that stuff and you get to win right then. And another reason I got is when you bet 360 here and he calls, then the pot's going to be like 1,200 and you're going to have like 2,200 in your stack. And then on the next street, I want to bet again because guess what? The next card can be a king. It could be a 10. It could be a jack. It could be a spade. It could be an 8. It could be a 5. We're going to turn a straight draw or a spade draw or a pair so much by the end of this. And we can bet and then size it up because we want to get the stacks in by the river. And then on the turn, we're going to bet another size, and it's going to get us to pot size stacks on the river. And then we're going to river our spade, or our straight card, or our king run out, or our king 9 run out, or our 9 run out. And we're going to get all of his chips. And I want to think about getting all of his chips and being positive about that. We're going to run this thing out on this guy.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like 180, there's going to be about 1,000 in there, and then we're going to have like 26 or something like that.
You could bet 600 then on the turn.
I mean,
you could bet small on the flop.
No, yeah, I kind of like, I don't know. I was kind of thinking going like 60% as well.
I
I see 180. 180 is kind of just standard 33% against a loose week. We don't lose anything.
I see.
Doing that.
Yeah, maybe
but 360 would be good though. I was honestly thinking 360. But,
yeah, I'm a little conflicted because honestly, I tend to go to small here, knowing that I'm going to double barrel a lot, and so I'll go small and then size up on the turn.
Yep. You still get as many folds from a loose weak player anyway. He's going to overfold. Yep.
And then, but the other thing, you pick up a good argument about, sizing the pot so that we can go 3 streets when we do pick up a spade or a straight draw or a king or something and getting it in by the river. Definitely a good argument there. I got the Casio going. I was trying to do the math to see what the best way to set the pot up is.
We could size up on the turn though if we bet small on the flop. So maybe if there's reasons for a small flop bet being better, we should do that.
We call that the old alley-oop. Small to go big on the turn.
All right, 180 it is for us here.
180 for Machine Gun as well.
All right, let's do it. Cool.
So here we're definitely going to want to see bet.
Overwhelming.
And we're just going to go small bet. It's a spot where we can just do quite a bit of betting. Try to get them off some of their ace highs or maybe small pairs. And it's also nice that we have a king in our hand blocking king queen. We don't want to check back with this. It doesn't have too much showdown value. We're going to really need to bet at some point to put pressure on our opponent. And this is probably the best time to start doing that. So pretty straightforward spot to just bet here. We don't really need to bet too big here in this situation. So yeah, small bet works. Opponent calls and the turn is a deuce, checks to us. Now we have the option to bet 300, bet 580, or to check.
All right, this is where it gets interesting. We get a turn card. I'm going to roll this back a little bit so you guys can see the board.
Here we go.
Here we go. We don't get one of those bluff cards we were talking about. Do we still
Yeah.
continue?
Poker.
What do we think, guys?
Do you lose control of your body here and still bluff, or do we just check? Like, what are we
580 for
doing
ultimate.
here?
He's not scared.
People are just saying, fuck it. 580s. I've seen nothing but 580s. You guys are aggressive, man. You guys are animals.
And this 580 bet gets us to pot size stack, so we could bet that 180 and still get to this.
Still get a shove
Yeah,
right.
you go set it up
We
and
could still get to it. I was not thinking about that, originally. But
580 says Bruce. If they're checking, I'm a betting. Check. 580 for
If it's
Jelly.
small, he should
Check.
still
It's actually
put
pretty mixed.
ace high
580
and
in
get
game,
a
but
shot.
more 580 he says Marlin, but in game he's going even bigger. He's going closer to 670, so 67%. 2/3 pot basically.
I mean, let's remember, guys, this is
580,
not a
580.
big blind. This is not a big blind range we're facing.
It's a small
here.
blind.
This is a small blind call range.
Different.
So even versus a loose, weak player whose range is going to resemble pretty wide to the big blind, it's not going to be an exact big blind range. So
Pocket says no free cards in position.
don't let him see a river. Solo says. Oh shit! What is my dude Frosty the Truth doing? Where you at, Frosty? You're stalling. Oh, I think I am so torn. You out there. It's in the tank. Leak of mine for sure, DG. He says. So you're just gonna barrel here?
Gil agrees 580, but more in game.
God, it's just a card that didn't help us at all, right?
BitGo Pro trying to split the
I
difference.
mean, at the same time,
450.
it's like,
yeah, I'm thinking. Are we talking about the hand yet, or are they still picking the thing?
I'm ready.
but we're still waiting for Frosty. He's in the tank
it's-
right now.
It's like conflicting.
He's going 580. He says it 580. it
PTR
is
says I'm a bitch. I'm check shutting down.
I might be a bitch too.
Dude, I mean,
Because I don't know. That deuce isn't helping us out much. We don't have any deuce X, right?
I mean, it doesn't change anything, right? For me, it's like, God, I mean,
If he called us on the flop, he's going to call us on the turn. Why the hell wouldn't he? The
yeah,
deuce-
why wouldn't he? Like,
Blinds
he's
are
a
50.
loose, weak
He's going
player.
to call again. Yeah, he's going to call.
Blinds are 50, 100.
For sure
Marlon.
is going to call.
See it up here in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he might not. But yeah.
He's
I'm pretty
calling.
aggressive.
Yeah.
In game probably checks his doorknob.
Detriment.
Frosty come out. Yep. We
Just
get a
rip
word from
the-
Frosty.
Yeah,
This is the guy that looks down at his stack like, oh, 580. Oh, I have 580 chips. Like, yeah, like, fucking, I'm never folding.
Check and ask the opponent if we can run the river 3 times. Jaybird says
I think
he's the
I
one
barrel
that's-
here a lot, but I don't think we're supposed to.
You know, you make this barrel live and you just hate yourself because the guy's already looking down at his stack and you still put the chips out there and he's like, oh, yeah, sure. I'm never folding here. So, yeah, I mean, I'm probably just going to check here a lot.
That's a good point too. Since he's weak and he called us on the flop, he's loose weak. That says something. He's letting us know, I got something, bro. You know.
I mean, yeah, we would expect him to just fold. You know, he still has some equity. I would expect him to fold those non-equity hands on the flop to our c-bet. And when we don't improve and it doesn't change equities at all, he's probably not folding.
And we block straight draw. We block 8-9.
Yeah, the 9 is. I was going to say that the 9 is a really
block
bad
it.
card. We
Get
block
me
I don't
it.
know
out.
if that really matters.
Get me out.
Figured I'd throw
Get
that
me
out.
out. Yeah. Just live to fight another day.
I tend in game to bet this again
9.
too much, but I think us having a 9 is a bad thing. And I think you're right. Loose week is going to have a 6 or a 7 here and probably not fold the turn. So
Never bluff.
checking. It's probably bet. I find myself betting the 580 a lot though, just to try because loose week. But
I'll tell you, if I had king three of spades and the turn wasn't a deuce, the turn was like a 10 or a jack or something, I might barrel because he's going to fold his 6 and his 7 to the turn barrel. But right now he's not going to fold his 6 or his 7 to our turn barrel because the turn's a deuce and it doesn't. Yeah, it's no good for us. If the turn was a scary card, even if we didn't have the 9, if we had, because that's why I changed it to a 3 because we have, obviously we're going to call with king 9 if it's a turn 10. But even if I have king 3, I would barrel and just say I got the queen, prove I don't, But like I can't on the deuce. I think you got to just give up. You're never going to win here. I don't think. I don't want to be a quitter.
Well, let's see what Faraz thinks. Faraz is aggressive, so maybe he finds this is one of our best combos somehow. I feel like it's a check, but maybe he likes just going 1, 2, 3 versus a loose, weak opponent. But yeah, we're gonna go 580 because that's what Frosty's doing.
So is Machine Gun.
Machine Gun's going 580 as well.
Yep.
All right, cool.
D-gens.
Let's do it.
D-gens. He
I
likes
really
it.
like
Just
too
stick
good.
to it, goddammit.
Betting here.
Just stick to it.
You know,
Chat
partly
pros are
because
too
the deuce
good.
is a blank. Again, this king blocker is pretty important. Blocking king
Global
queen
has
is a
got
pretty
7-6.
key
Global has got
call down
ace-4.
hand for them.
Beast.
And the 9 hand is pretty nice too. You know,
I love it.
If 8-9 runs out to be a straight, you know, a 5 or 10 on the river, it's possibly a hand we can consider,
I
you know,
like it.
turning into a bluff. So I really like betting this. I think 300 is a little too small. It doesn't put enough pressure on hands like, you know, 8s plus and, you know, just some 6x, 7x type hands. So I want to go a little bigger. I'm even open to going larger than this if you wanted to, but I think this probably gets the job done in terms of what we're trying to target. The opponent calls, and the river is a deuce, and now to us again, we can check or we can go all in.
Well, we're here. And we set the pot up.
Oh.
Jam. With all these things going.
Jams this day. Oh shit, ruh-roh.
It was funny. Ship and I were
You have
like,
a
we
hot
always
side
bet here, but we should probably check. But look, we stumbled our way into a 10.
Oh man.
Barely any percentage of extra equity, but this deuce is terrible for us. I check. Agreed, CZ. That was a real talking point for us as well. Snap jam for ultimate. All in for Jaybird. Wow, a lot of all in.
Jam time.
A lot of
Everybody's just. I mean, yeah, nobody.
I wanted to check the turn.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like he was ever folding the turn, man. So
Well, we're maybe not reading into this loose, weak, like maybe Faraz Jaka is. Like he's saying this guy's weak. He can't withstand the barrels. So he's saying barrel, this guy's weak. He'll fold the 6 and the 7. We didn't want to barrel because we don't think this guy should fold a 6 or a 7.
Right.
yeah.
So against this player type, we should barrel again.
Agreed.
But against other player types, we don't.
All in and yell rebuy. Oh, there's a lot of all ins in my chat. The majority of people going all in. I don't see
GTO Julio's checking.
Machine Gun. What are you doing there, Jeff?
Now Gamble no win.
Okay.
Shove it. I love these responses. He ain't gonna leave himself 20 big blind again after getting 40. Yep, that's how we're thinking about the game. I don't want to have these 20 big blinds here. Fuck this. I'm just jamming it.
Jam and hand him your book when he calls.
I said shove without seeing a rip. Oh, so yeah. Frosty's jamming here.
Choose over queen.
Just gonna follow through.
Marlon's jamming. He says,
1,
I think
2,
we
3,
jam here.
4.
After all, I am the machine gun.
Oh well, they're gonna chop this. He's back to himself. Never forget the fold, Marlon.
Is this a rebuy? It's probably a re-entry.
It's an online $50.
It's a $50 online, so it's a
unlimited
re-entry.
rebuy. Unlimited. All right.
Loose
cool.
weak sounds like they're sticky as fuck, except for the weak part, right? The weak part means they're gonna fold the turn bet a lot, especially a 6. I don't know if they fold a 7 as much, but they fold a 6 a lot. And then things like 9, 10 that float you, shit like that. 9, 10
Would you
clubs.
You following through? Tell like you think?
Man, like I tend to give up here myself. When I bet and then bet big on the turn, I've condensed the range. Like they almost always have a weak queen or 7, I think, more often than not. We get the 7 to fold, I guess, but the queen's never folding. I'm probably checking at this point. Like we've condensed it to the point where, like the hand before, he's got a pair.
Yeah,
And we
DC.
block 8-9. So like he doesn't have 8-9.
Yeah,
And we beat 8-9. We beat 8-9. We got
I was
shut
already
out.
ready to check.
Yeah.
If Faraz Jaka goes all in this river, he's a madman more than I. Like
Oh, he's ridiculous as hell. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he just says, yeah, well, we have to continue telling the story here. Still blocking king queen and make everything but.
Marlon says he thinks he has 8-5 suited, but you have
if
to
his
put a
reasoning on the
range,
turn,
not a hand.
you know, is that way, then he should want to check the river. If he's like, oh, we're gonna fold him off his 6 or his 7 on the turn because he's weak, and then he calls us on the turn, and the river's a deuce. How can you think he'd fold on the river?
I mean, plus some of those hands he may still never fold. He may still never fold a
Yeah,
7.
Queen Jack here.
Ever.
He's got it. Yeah, he's gonna call us. I want to check so badly here.
But you feel like the right answer is like shove, just follow through. You know? I feel you, man. I mean, I think we've condensed him on the turn by, betting kind of big, 60%-ish, and he still calls it, and nothing changes on the river again. So I don't know. He still has a few Queen X symmetry hands. He just Queen Jack, Queen 10, maybe even calls.
Wiz of Az makes a good point. He says we can check and win some of the time. When he has 4-5 or 5-8 or the 8-9, even though we have it blocked, because sometimes they have it anyway. We can check
8-5 suited,
king high.
8-5 suited, 4-5 suited, 8-9 suited.
And if we check the turn and he has one of those hands, he might lead the river with a bluff, and we have to fold king high. So maybe that's some sort of weird reason to barrel the turn too.
Yeah,
but
just to not get owned on the river. Because when we bet flop check turn, we cap the shit out of our range.
I'll tell you what, in general, I feel like we need to be betting turns. I think the turn is a street where you can take control of a hand.
Just to stop them from plowing it on the river. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like to bet turns a lot.
Well,
we're jamming too.
Right, let's do it.
So that means we're gonna need. It's gonna be a flip, right? Because
it's gonna be the same score.
All right.
And no, Ship, you're checking. I'm
checking. I checked the turn already. Yeah.
Did you click it yet?
Getting the hell out of here.
No, we didn't. Let's do it.
All right, I already clicked it, so I'm paused and waiting.
I think you can really go with either option here. Checking and giving up
He jammed
definitely
it.
seems reasonable, but I also really like applying a lot of pressure here. Just for these positions, our opponent's going to find it hard to continue. They're going to call with their sets of 7s, sets of 6s, and even a hand like Queen Jack is just going to really find it pretty tough to continue with here. We don't have a crazy amount of bluffs either. There's not a ton of draws out there, really. There is no, flush draws. It's really just something like 8, 9, 9, 10 we could possibly be bluffing with. And lastly, we did have to read on our opponent that they were loose weak. So that could mean that they are calling a little too liberally with some weaker pairs. It could mean that they have some really bad Queen X in their hand. Queen 8, Queen 9, who knows, Queen 5 suited, possibly. And they're probably going to give it up a little easier than most people versus this type of pressure. So that is another reason why I might consider going for it here. If the player was a calling station, then obviously it makes sense to, maybe barrel the turn and give it up now. But this is a pretty decent spot to maybe go for it here.
Swish blast. Marlon says the Jocka is Machine Gun's brother from another. He says we're back. Look out! Oh Jesus!
Daly says Faraz is my spirit animal. Yeah, for sure. Just puke. We don't know if we got called or not. We jammed. That's the best play, and that's all that matters. What a beast, dude! That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Like, I love that.
Yeah, like we were planning on going 3 streets a lot. We just didn't think that was the run out to do it. Faraz said, "YOLO, fuck it." One thing is interesting is that like we all play the $55 onlines everywhere, right? And I just think most of the time they just don't fold their queen. He thinks that they're going to fold some of their weak queens.
I think this play is him against good. It's him against good competition, and he's just saying, "I got the nizzies, baby," and that's what he's doing. And you gotta. It doesn't look like he's bluffing. How could he be bluffing? It's impossible. Look what he did. He's got to have aces.
And his strong queens would have raised.
He's saying a queen might fold.
Ace queen, yeah.
So in his world, at his competitive tables, I wouldn't do this on Bovada, man. I would just say,
dude,
find a better hand or something. But sometimes it's going to work. And if you have rebuys, if you have bullets, and you already bet the flop in the turn, then why not? Hell, why not rebuy when they call? They might fold the queen. Yeah, go back to the rebuy cage.
All right, guys, we're gonna roll it. 1 or 2.
What do you want, Frosty? 1 or 2, my dude? I'll give you 10 seconds. 1 or 2.
We get called. Machine Gun.
Got to win the flip. He picks 2.
2. Oh, Marlon takes it.
No, loses the flip. The wife picked 2. No.
The wife picked 2.
That's all good.
All right, Marlon, hit me up.
Okay.
You know how to find me, buddy. Text me. Hit me up. Come over. Whatever. Let me know. Marlon lives like 5 minutes from now.
Good ass job, boys. They both got
Swished
perfect
on the jackals.
scores.
Perfect
Yeah, that shit
scores.
was good, man. Good job, guys.
Awesome. All right, guys. You just want to save it as Miley and leave it as Miley?
Oh,
and
shit.
keep
Yeah, we can. I just took it out of chat. So you'll have to retype in Miley and mine.
We can
You want to
change
get
it.
in there?
We can change it.
Miley, hey.
All right, guys. Miley. Type Miley in the chat, and we will get
Fresh
John
Miley
Frodo.
out there. Good job. Good job, boys. That shit was fun. That was a good quiz.
Fun one. Super fun one.
That Faraz Jock is spicy.
Yeah, I could see your mind. I could see you listening to his explanation in the river and your mind just turning like, damn, man.
It makes me happy because I do that a lot, so it can't be that bad. If
Right.
I'm
No.
off like that.
It also feels good, like, even when we're conflicted about what to do, a lot of times these coaches are echo chambers, right? They're like, you can go this
Yep.
way, you can go that way, and they cover all the bases that we cover. Makes you know you're on the right track.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good for the brain juices, the poker juices.
I got to play a
All right.
ring event later. This is a good warm-up.
Oh,
Are you?
Good
Good luck, man. Yeah, good luck to everybody this weekend.
It says my page is unresponsive. That's not a good thing.
Thanks, Simon.
All right, cool. You want to roll it?
Yeah. Want to do... I don't know. Want to do Lexi? We don't do enough Lexi.
It seems like we've done one every week. D Coot just steps in and knocks one. He's in there. He won.
D-Coot knows how to play, right?
Yeah, D Coot's out there, my dude.
D-Coot's a player.
Ultimate G.
Game.
Winner for us.
Yeah,
Good luck,
he's-
buddy.
D-Coot's a player in the game.
Drop in. He just dropped into through the shit in chat.
Freaking
Was
luck
here for
box.
30 seconds.
Bang.
And fucking gets picked. Nice life, my dude.
Jeez.
Nice ass
Good
life.
already.
You want to do a different quest? What do you think, Sixes?
I mean, Jonathan's here. We got to finish I've been like watching some of Matt's webinars. I've been filling his content as well.
All right.
So either one of those.
Let's do 10:36. We'll do Affleck.
Yeah, I mean, Matt just won circuit ring
2 days ago.
Yep, he won the first circuit event they had in the series for looked like 18K or something, and a ring.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
guys.
clicked it.
Tier 2 and Tier 3 study group right after this. So if you are a Tier 2 or Tier 3 subby, we will jump right into that after this.
Cool.
And if you are
I
a Tier
clicked-
2 or Tier 3 subby and you don't have me on Skype, hit me up so I can put you on Skype so you can join us.
Cool, you ready?
Yeah, Ultimate, let's go. He said, I'm going to win this for guys. Let's go. I'm a chat pro. Let's go, Ultimate. Let's go.
Chat pros.
Let's play it.
Hello, everyone. In today's quiz, we are going to be reviewing hands from the World Poker Tour Lucky Hearts Poker Open. In this hand, we have King, Queen of Hearts in the small blind. We have a raise from Under the Gun +1, who's a good regular. We're all playing about 20,000 at 300 big blind. A weak player calls. We have King, Queen of Hearts in the small blind. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 2,500, or re-raise to 3,500?
Sorry, guys.
What do we like here, guys? Already a fun spot in the small blind with King, Queen suited. What are we? 60 bigs? 66 bigs. Sexy stack. Squeeze, isolate. Buckeye says call flat. What are we
Great
doing?
flopping
Big
hands,
Town
Jelly.
Browns going
Call,
2.5. Going to use this as a squeeze ever? Or do we want to call, keep in worse? King X, Queen X, be in weird spots. What do we like? 3-bet to 2,500. 3,500 station's favor says push and pray going 3.5K. Okay. I think 2.5K is too small for squeezing, D Coot says. So you're going 3.5K, I assume I do. Does seem a little small to go 3X out of position. But I've seen like everybody's going 2.5. Holy shit. Is your chat doing the same, Toe? I see like a ton of 2.5s.
I see a bunch of calls. Call, because we're out of position. This is Ultimate. That's what we're going with.
Fuck that multi-way-ish.
Call. Teach going 3,500. Tina going 3,500. That's her favorite hand. 3.5 for Machine Gun.
It's only
Bruce going
300.
3,500.
D
Ultimate
Coot, you give an
ultimate
answer?
calling, though.
Oh yeah, 3.5K. Okay.
What are you
Yeah.
doing?
3.5K for D Coot.
What are you doing?
Probably. I'm very torn. 3.5K here a lot. I can see calling, but man, 2.5K is too small. I don't mind squeezing this, man. I'm probably going 3.5K. A good reg's going to open wide enough. In this spot. Yeah, 3.5.
Ship, what are you doing, buddy?
I think that we need to call or raise to 3,500. Not really sure which I think is best. I think if we call, it could be good because this weak player is calling along after this good red guy, and like he's gonna have lots of hands we dominate, right? Like King 9, Queen Jack, Queen 10. We're gonna
Very
flop
good point.
queen. We're gonna stack hijack, bro. But I can also see 3-betting being good because we block good hands. So like I don't know. I guess if he respond, I don't know. Maybe I'm on team call. Maybe I don't like it. I was gonna say, if he's got ace king or ace queen, we block those hands. We're gonna take it down a lot pre, and there's all this dead money. I mean, in a way, hijack's dead money. We're gonna pick it up when we bet 3,500. We're just gonna scoop pre a lot, and I like that. But I don't know that this is a place where we should be that worried about calling. I mean, we can call, see a king or queen high flop, and have the best hand, and someone could be dominated. We can get all their chips. If we 3-bet pre, they're going to play perfectly against us. They're only going to respond with really good hands. So I don't know. I think I'm talking myself into calling. I'm calling. But
you keep in. I like the argument. I like the point you made about keeping in the weak player because that's a very good point. He's got a ton of worse King X, Queen X that he'll tend to find and overplay with worse heart draws, and we get to play pots with a bad player. And yeah, I like you make a very good point there. I like that.
I think up until a few months ago, I was calling here like 100%. And
yeah, same here. I started mixing it.
I happen to hang out with Affleck, so I think he's going to 3-bet here a lot this deep. This is one of those spots where like the deeper we are, the more we want to squeeze this hand. And then as we get shallower, the more we want to flat it and realize it's equity. I think we're kind of right in the gray area here. So I think I'm probably going to go 3,500 today. But calling can't be too bad of an answer.
Yeah, I think we are in kind of a gray area.
Because with the 60 bigs,
if I had 80 bigs, I'm squeezing this 100%. But 66, it's kind of close. But I'm pretty sure. I feel like Affleck's going to squeeze here. I think I would squeeze here too today.
Cool. And D-Coot's going 3.5K, so we're going to go 3.5.
Which is don't love it if you get 4-bet. I agree. It kind of sucks to get 4-bet, but then you just fold. Because
fucking ship don't die in the house. Oh, yeah. Fucking the legend in this business.
Raising the roof.
Business hype. All right, cool. There it is.
Yeah, ultimate calling. So let's check it out. Ready?
Yep. 3.5K here.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
This is a really close spot. I think it's close between 3-bet and
we got
call.
an 8 for 3.5.
And I'm going to lean towards call for a couple of reasons. First, I'm going to call because when you're squeezing in this spot, you want to squeeze hands that get dominated hands to fold and get called by dominated hands still. So what I mean by that is it may sound counterintuitive, but I'd rather squeeze King Jack suited here or King 10 suited than King Queen suited. And the reason is when I squeeze King Queen suited, I probably get folds from King Jack and King 10, both suited and unsuited. And Ace King and Ace Queen are both going to call either way. When I squeeze King 10 or King Jack, I get folds from King Queen offsuit, which is really important. So by just flatting King Queen, I leave in the kings that I dominated and also the queens, so like Queen Jack suited, Queen 10 suited, etc. So I think calling is the best option. Squeezing's fine too. It'd be for value. The other problem with squeezing here is if we do 3-bet here, and I'd like to make it like the 3,500 size, I think that's much better than 2,500. If someone shoves on us, it's just a really high equity hand to have to fold to a shove, and I really don't want to 3-bet call it off. I think we're just a little too deep. If we were like 50 big blinds deep, I'd be fine 3-bet calling off this hand. But at these stack sizes, I think it's too weak. So I did squeeze. I don't think it's the best option, but it's still a good option. And the undergun +1 player calls, and the hijack player folds. Comes ace 9 7. Should we check? Bet 2,500. Bet 4,000 or bet 6,000.
All right, that was fun. Obviously, we got called by the good reg, and we're playing this pot out of position.
Sitting and talking to me, buddy.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
No, that's cool. So yeah, what do we like here, man? I mean,
I was saying that it was super close. 8 points for the squeeze. And it was funny. I knew he was going to because I've been talking to him a lot lately.
Yeah.
It's like his
So
best
did
spot.
he rate the call higher than the squeeze?
Yeah,
But he
the
squeezed
call
Yeah,
it.
the
was a
call
10.
was 10.
And the
Then he
squeeze
squeezed
was
in
8.
game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he decided that a call was better looking at it later.
Than what he actually did.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He made some good points there too that we didn't even discuss about. I didn't think about we should 3-bet king 10 suited. You get the king queen to fold.
And the king jacks. Yeah, that
All
makes
the
a lot
suited
of
paint. This is his number one squeeze spots.
That was sexy, man.
Yeah. Well, because as now you just run away. Hands flailing.
pretty straight.
I just probably flat all that stuff.
To
I should 3-bet king 10
2.5
suited.
K. D-Coot's going
The suited paint's one of those
2.5.
things. Like generally speaking, when you're above 60 bigs, you're supposed to 3-bet all your suited paint, and then when you get to like between 60 and like 30 and 60, you start flatting them to realize, and then under 30, that's all your rejams, and it kind of does one of these.
That's
kind of the
legit. I do
standard.
that deep stack stuff. I'm completely lost there. Over 60.
Yeah, what is that? Over 60 for like
Check for
an
Tina,
hour?
check dump for PTR, check for ultimate, check meatball. Nobody's c-betting in my chat yet.
Oh, we're seeing all C-bets in mine.
6K,
for the most part.
yeah.
6-bet out there.
The Mafia knows
Kappa.
what's good,
There's a
baby.
Kappa out there with it though. Check.
3-bet, C-bet, right? I mean, oh, has your guy went?
Yeah, he's checking.
Oh yeah, D-Coot's 3-bet, C-bet, 2.5K. Personally, I like it. I mean, I'm not checking here. I'm not
C-bet
gonna cap
2,500 for doorknob.
2.5K for me as well. You see betting here, Toe?
Oh yeah, I'm going
mean-
to put a lot of pressure on like 8s and 10s and jacks and things like that. And if I pick up a king queen of heart, it's a good thing for me. I beat all those hands and pick up a bunch of equity.
C-bet 99% with back.
8, 9, 7 is just relatively dry, right? So I would go small, 2,500. God, and in game I would probably go like 3. So I'm kind of stuck on the size a little bit. 6K definitely too much.
4K is too close to half.
Yeah, it's
we
like-
don't need to risk that much to get what we want to fold anyway. So it just has to be 2.5.
It's got to be 2.5, I think.
You agree, Ship? You ever checking and giving up in this
Well,
spot?
my original feeling was bet 2.5 because let's just say we have an ace, we 3-bet, let's c-bet, let's take it down. He's gonna fold if he doesn't have an ace. But you know what if we bet 2,500 and he calls with his pocket jacks or calls with his pocket tens? Maybe if we bet 4,000. Like, I don't know. I'm just considering maybe betting bigger. But if you bet 2,500 and he calls, you have a pot size stack on the turn. So I don't think you need to bet bigger than 2,500. And I don't think checking is good.
I think Jack's going to call for any price for one street.
And you might be right. Yeah, that could be true too.
We are betting as a bluff.
It sucks when he calls, right? When he calls, we're just shutting down, right? Like, we're checking and hoping we go runner heart and somehow or
King
we're
or
hitting
queen might be
king,
good too, right?
Jacks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's that?
I said king or a queen might be good too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we can maybe check and get there if this doesn't work.
Yeah,
bet
I mean, we can just
2,500,
run out. Yeah, we can just run out our equity, right? It helps us realize our equity a little bit better rather than checking and then him going like 6K or something weird. You're like, what the hell? Where he would never raise our C-bet here because he really doesn't have a lot of ace kings or ace queens to just call. He will have some ace tens, ace jack, some other ace
some
five
ace
combos and stuff. Yeah, but I mean, we just put enough pressure on the under pairs, and then we can
Here's a weird question though. Let's think about our whole range and what we would do. So if we're gonna bet this king queen, that means we're gonna have to bet when we have good hands, right? So if we have pocket aces, or if we have ace king, or if we have ace queen, are we betting this flop?
100%. Because when you have the
Think
big,
we have
especially when
to,
you have the
if
bigger
we're-
aces, you get
If
called
not,
by
then
worse
we should
ace,
check
right?
everything.
Yeah, definitely betting the bigger aces. 'Cause actually, I'd probably bet all my aces, but definitely betting the bigger aces because you get called by a worse ace. And I would bet all my weak aces too because I'm still going to get the one street from jacks. And
I mean, we can
tens
check
and queens.
sometime. I mean, the SPR. Yep, I said it. It's
If
two.
we would check an ace, maybe we're supposed to check here because it's supposed to be like, yeah, I got an ace, so I'm checking, and then we bet the turn and take it down or some weird shit like that. But I don't know, man.
Downturn if he
I've
calls us
had a lot of
all
coffee
that.
this morning. I want to bet 2.5K.
100%. 2.5K for me.
Yeah.
Check and float says ultimate with the back
All right.
doors and the overs. Cool. Gat, thank you for the follow. Taking over for that. Thank you for the follow. Wait, what did you do? Ultimate, you checked, right? Yes. All right, let's do it.
All right. Let's do it. 2.5 here.
I think we have a pretty clear bet on this
Oh.
board. The imposition player, well, he
I see
can hit this
Deku.
board pretty hard. He can have, 9s and 7s. He can have stuff like Jack 10 suited, 10-8 suited. He can have a lot of ace-X type of hands. He's also going to have
He flexing.
smaller pairs like 5s, 6s, 4s possibly. He can have stuff like 5-4 suited, 5-6 suited,
you, Walt.
Queen Jack suited. He just has a lot of hands
Wow.
that he just has to fold and can't continue with. So we're going to make a small bet here, 2,500. You can go up to 1/3 pot here. I don't think I'd go any higher than 1/3 pot, so I don't like the 4,000 chip bet here. And we're just really trying to fold out his airy hands. It just plays better than check calling here. So these ace-high boards here is the 3-better. Out of position, we're going to be doing a lot of betting. Versus in position, we can check a lot more, but out of position, we want to bet and clear up some of the equity. We do bet, and he calls. The turn is the 3 of clubs. Should we check? Bet 4,500, bet
Ruh-roh.
7,000, or go all in?
Ruh-roh.
The over bet jam on the turn. Just
GG says PTR right away.
I agree, D Coop. Oh, we got some follows. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate that.
Check yes and A says
Another
BitCo.
turn blank. Is he gonna take the Faraz approach and say, you know what, we plan on barreling and just barrel the bitch off?
I
You know,
have a feeling he might. I hope he does, because that
No,
means I'm playing pretty damn good, because I'm all in way more than I think.
Always love finding excuses to be more spazzy than I already am.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun. Like, oh well, I can
It's not
find
even
the
really
problem.
that much of an overbet, Marlon. It's almost a pot size jam.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
GG says 6-bet.
YOLO. Station's favorite is going 4.5K, another small.
What are you guys
Ain't this
doing?
much?
Give up for Bruce.
Seems like a tough hand.
Yuck. You know this dude's in the jams. Checks. Still waiting on D Coop. What's your guy doing? Has he answered
Waiting,
yet?
waiting as well.
Oh, we're
It's
waiting.
quiet in the chat. This one's stuck.
It's tough, yeah. Like, you're allowed to chat, pro. You have no problem doing it when we're in the middle of hands, in the middle. Like, after we make a mistake, now everybody wants to be quiet now.
Yeah, y'all chat through us.
You know,
when we're
you all
freaking
chat pros. No problem.
Yeah,
After the hand is
mouse
over
engine.
and we fuck it up, you have no problem with
Yeah.
that.
All right, Ultimate's checking. Checking for Dennis. Check folding and crying a bit inside for giving away the 2,500 to PTR. Check. Check, I think 10 plus calls and a bet. Ace up calls.
Check.
Max pressure, leaving 2 bigs back. What? Leaving 2 bigs back.
Stinky.
And then folding?
Why I think we need to keep
are we leaving
firing.
2 bigs back, Marlon? Chat Pro is giving up, says Ultimate.
I missed the
Says,
hand,
looks like you
but
have to
giving the pot size, I'm guessing creme brulee. You just
This is for it's not an overbet, right?
Bang,
It's
bang?
basically a pot size bet. It's like 1.2 pot or something.
oh, but yeah, we got 14K. There's 13.4 out there.
Yeah.
3-bet, C-bet jam.
If we bet half our stack, kings through 10s might
Picked
fold.
up 0 equity.
Did you guys talk? Ultimate's check.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's see. What are you doing here, my dude? D Coop. He hasn't said yet. He out here stalling. Going to be very hard by
He's
check.
running his RTA.
Yeah, it's real time. All right, dude, you got come on, D Coop. What we doing, my dude?
4,500 for his.
He's betting 44.5K and then shut it down after that.
Cool. Ultimate is checking. He's tanking.
tanking.
Yeah.
Say,
This is a tough one,
the
man.
mind game.
That's the line of the
Because
day
I
so
do
far.
see the argument where if we jam here, now all those pairs under ace fold, right? But we also run into the ace a decent amount. So I'm kind of conflicted with 0 equity and like 30 bigs back. I might check and buy the river, but if you jam here, I kind of see the argument. I'm conflicted. I'm not sure.
This hand does resemble the Faraz Jaka hand in
does.
that we don't have anything, and it's hard for us to look like we're bluffing when we go all in here. But at the same time, our opponent can just flip over a set of 9s, a set of 7s, a set of aces. He can have an ace X. Like, I think we need to give up. But I said that in the Faraz Jaka hand, I was wrong. Difference in this and the Faraz Jaka hand is the Faraz Jaka hand, we were in position. This hand, we're out of position. And this was a 3-bet pot. But Like, we block ace king, we block ace queen, and isn't it kind of hard for him to have ace jack? Like, he can maybe call with like ace jack suited combos, right? But ace jack off might even have trouble calling our 3-bet pre, because our 3-bet looks pretty strong from the small blind against multi-way, and he was EP, and he's a good player. So we block ace king, ace queen. So what ace x does he have? Maybe he doesn't have ace x. Maybe we can go all in here, and he's only going to call us with his pocket nines, pocket sevens, pocket aces combos, and that isn't very many combos, and we get all of his other stuff to fold. But what other stuff? I mean, he's only gonna have other pocket pairs like kings and queen. And no, we block kings and queens. Yeah, we just gotta shut down, man. We're checking, man. We're getting out of here. We're folding. We're checking. We're power folding. I would just fold.
Just power folding.
Is that an option?
Power folding out of position.
Don't ever do that.
Just pissed that you got caught on the flop and just
we could river a king and
hilt it out
rip the cards up and throw them at the dealer.
Hilt it.
No, we should check. River a king. River king.
He says just check and then hope we river a king versus like pocket eights or something like that. Or 10.
We can't bluff this one, man. We can't bluff this one. We look so strong and he called us.
Twice. Yeah.
Yeah, screw this.
You giving up sixes?
I mean, generally, I think if we pick up equity, hearts, gut shots, any excuse where we pick up equity to keep firing. But here, like, I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, if I am going to fire, I'm just going to jam. Like, I'm just going to try to tell the story. Maybe 4.5K does get enough folds when we're really small on the flop because we kept all the pairs in. He still should call our small bet with some of his pairs. But I don't know. I mean, I probably honestly just check here. Maybe it's a bitch move and we need to jam, but I can see I would check here.
Wizavaz made a good point too.
I mean, I want to jam so bad, dude.
If we go all in here, it looks like we don't have, like, if we had, see, Wizavaz is putting himself in that other perspective. What if, don't think that we have king queen. What's our range? If we had ace king, if we had pocket aces, which is in our range because we 3-bet pre, if we had ace queen, we wouldn't go all in here. We'd be milking this guy. According to we'd bet 4,500. So when we bet 4,500 here, maybe he folds pocket jacks. Wizavaz is he's a smart cookie.
Or if we had a very strong hand, we could even just check as well. Our hand doesn't need protection getting to the river as well. If we have ace king here and he does call and we want him to spaz out.
Checking with the stack to pot ratio of 1. I said it, so you don't get any points. Sixes didn't say it. But with a stack to pot ratio of 1, checking here with an ace is great because they're just going to say, oh, it's a missed C-bet, right? And
and then we give him an opportunity to make a mistake.
And if they check back, we can always jam river.
Anyway.
Right.
So, check. All right. Let's do it.
All
right. D. Coot was going 4.5.
We check.
I like that. All right, cool.
Ready?
Yep.
I think we have a very clear check here with king, queen of hearts. And it's important not to get into the mistake of thinking, oh, I block ace king and ace queen here. The thing is these aren't very relevant blockers because our opponent, being a good regular, probably would have 4-bet if he had ace king pre-flop. So our king blocker isn't very relative at all. The queen blocker is relative to blocking ace queen, but he might raise us and just try to raise, get it in with ace queen on the flop. But the queen blocker is relevant. I'd rather continue here with a hand like Jack 10 or Queen Jack, where we have 2 relevant blockers to his stronger aces, versus here we only have 1 relevant blocker with the Queen, and we just have better hands to bluff with here, in my opinion. We'll be over bluffing if we bluff here. If we are going to bet, I think the small to medium size is fine. And we're really just trying to fold out like some 7x, some 9x, and some of his floats so they don't bluff us. We do check. Our opponent bets 4,000. Do we fold, call, or go all in?
4K. What are we going to do here? Feels kind of sick. We have king high. Bye-bye. Everybody's fold. Well, see, fold. Google's folding. Cheeseman's folding. As is a fold for the Frosty. Fold from Stinky. What is ICM is folding.
Just
hell yeah.
Fold streaming through my chat.
Dude, anybody getting nasty here in chat? Anybody raising? Anybody calling for what? We still have another street to worry about. Fold and get a drink, Albatross says.
Folds is ultimate.
My power fold's looking pretty sexy right now, right? Because it was a lot of time.
Gotta fold once. You check.
Az says Wizard Az says he's playing my angle. Jam.
Ooh. The check jam. If that's a 10, I'm gonna be sick with it.
Everyone else fold into my chat.
Back to your argument earlier, Sixers. We would check our monsters on the turn. We would. I mean, I would absolutely. We could find a check because we can still get in all the money going into the river as well. And we would want to induce some bluffs from this player and allow him to bet worse value hands for us as well.
Sickman says, can't win if we fold. Got to call or jam. Tank to give him a sweat. Call clock on myself, then fold.
All right. I mean, yeah. He could have to fold his played. Yep. I'm out.
Yeah, I agree. We can't call. Calling is suicide. The jam, I'm folding, but the jam is a little fucking wicked, man. Because if you have pocket jacks, like, oh shit, like that's fucked up. But yeah, I'm checking it out. We don't have any equity. We got nowhere to go. We're out of position. This is just
imagine calling and then he bets again on a river. You just feel like
even if you hit your king or queen.
Like, what have I done with my mind? I just set these chips on fire. It just feels so sick. Like, to face another street out of position if we just call. I mean, are we heroing if it's a 2? Like, or just a blank 2 on the river? It's just like, what are we doing? I don't know. So it's either jam or fold. Jamming with no equity, check jamming, trying to make him fold some of his ace-x. If we had the strongest hands, would we even check raise like a set of aces on this turn? Would we check raise a set on the turn? Probably not, right? Would we need to?
No. We got SPR 1.
We need
it's just a shit spot. I think
we're gonna jam into this guy's nizzies. We need to get out of here while we still can.
Yeah.
This was a tough one for Tina. Let's go over here though. It's good.
Yeah.
If you're not punting, you're not trying, says CZ. I like that.
You ain't punting, you ain't trying.
I like that.
He's not wrong.
All right, ready? We're folding.
Yep. Fold.
Unfortunately, we just have to fold our hand. Yeah, there's a chance he's just bluffing here with Jack 10, 10,
Tank
8,
and timeout.
A 9 or a 7. But we just have no visibility on later streets. We never know what we're going to have, and we're just playing a guessing game. And normally you want to fold it earlier on in the hand when you're going to be playing a guessing game because it's just going to get more difficult, and the pot's going to be bigger, and the bets are going to be bigger as the streaks get on. So I'm going to fold here just because I don't want to, I can't really do anything on the river. So folding's the only option here, and just move on to the next hand.
There you go. Don't get cray-cray.
Yeah, we got a 34.
Oh, you eat this. 32.
Let's go.
We almost swept him, guys. We almost swept him. It was so close.
D-Coob coming in the clutch with a mafia.
Close one, Ultimate. Super close one.
My dude, I see you. Hell yeah. Damn, that went too quick today, man. I wish we had a lot more time, or we'll have to get shit back on one of these days.
Yeah.
But that means, man.
We're just going to do a part 2.
Oh, yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
But let me see. Yeah, that's it. Damn. Yeah, you got any parting words, Ship? I mean, it was a lot of fun. Oh, actually, guys, make sure you give Ship a follow at his Twitch. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a shout out. Make sure to give this man a follow. There it is.
Yeah, I don't know any parting words. I mean, it was good to be on the show. I'd love to be on again. I just love talking cards. Huge poker fan over here, for like most of my life. So it's always good talking cards with the DGens. I love this show a lot. You guys are gonna sucker me into signing up for this site with how much I'm enjoying. And I like this Assassinato, bro. I might try to maybe I heard he's like a big time coach, I guess. He coaches people. Yeah. I might have to hit that guy up. No, it's so much fun. Thank you, both you guys, for inviting me on the show. Yep, I'd love to be on again sometime, and just good luck to everybody. We'll be seeing each other on the felt.
Yeah, it was good to have you, man. Thanks for stopping by. You can check ShipDontDie out here on Twitch. We just put the cash command out there. You can follow him on Twitter. He's on the streets like just fucking always. He's always streaming. Check him out for sure. This was the PokerCoaching.com study session stream from Jonathan Little's PokerCoaching.com website. Exclamation point PC in my chat. Exclamation point PC in Six's chat. You get a link where you can sign up for free. You get big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, 20 free quizzes, some homework assignments. If you sign up for the premium, there's webinars, there's staking opportunities, there's a bunch of shit. There's a wealth of coaches, crazy people, all of them over $1 million in cashes, really well-known players, all good stuff. Content from me, content from Sixes. Check that shit out, man. It's good stuff. If you missed any of this or you want to see any of the ones we've done in the past with just me and Sixes, with any of our guests, you can find them on the YouTube channel. Check them out. This one will be on the YouTube channel shortly. Make sure you check all that shit out. Sixes, parting words, my man.
Yeah, one thing, I was able to get a review. Jonathan Little reviewed one of my hand histories from yesterday on his YouTube channel, so you guys can check that out. I was busy and couldn't be there for it, so but he did review one of my hand histories, so that should be fun to go through and watch a bunch of leaks. And no, it was good.
It was good.
And,
I was there. Sixes gave him like 300 hands, and JL cherry picked 4 or 5 that had like some really interesting spots, and then dissected them. It was really good, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, you guys can check that out. And yeah, we appreciate the support, guys. Ship, a lot of respect, my dude. Been grinding for years, and love to see you crushing the game, my dude. I know where you came from. I know where you've been, and I'm excited to see where you're going. So thank you guys for the support.
Shit,
and
I'm never ready for the fucking host.
Oh yeah, we never know. Yeah, I forget who do we kick it off to today?
Guys, make sure you follow Crazy Sixes and me as well if you haven't already. Both Sixes, I'm assuming Ship as well because we're all the same streets. Tomorrow, big Sunday grind. So check that out. We play. All 3 of us play on all the sites. You'll see us fucking everywhere.
Snos.
Make sure you do
Is
that.
that Snos? Snos
He's been streaming because of the Venom giveaway thingy.
Yeah, we got to give it to Snos. Snos has been on the show before. Big fan of the guy, one of the nicest guys in poker. Does a lot for the game. He's cool as hell. So we'll give it to Snos if he's still out there. Make sure to give him a follow. And thank you, guys. We'll be back next week. We're going to have Melissa coming on. We reschedule with her. And that's going to be on Halloween.
2 weeks.
Halloween, 2 weeks. So she'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. So yeah, I am going to kick this off. Thank you guys for the support, and let's do this.
See you later. Peace.
See you guys later.
Peace.